Hey, good morning, everyone. Glenn Calloway from the basement. It is Sunday morning. Before I get started today, I want to let you know 3 p.m. this afternoon, I am going to be on the Canadian Stud Muffin channel with Larry Graves, one of his 10 channels. I don't know which one. See if you can find it. Anyway, we're going to do a live chat today at 3 o'clock. It's always fun. Please join us. Today, yesterday I started this countdown to my 1,000th video, so this is video number 992, but it suddenly dawned on me that there's no way I'm going to be able to do 10 videos in a row, 10 records in a row. So I'm still planning on showing 100 favorite albums by my 1,000th video, but videos like this are going to interrupt it. So last Sunday I did a random album pull off my collection behind me, and the viewers really liked it. I had like almost 1,000 views, so that's good for me because I usually average 300 to 500, sometimes 200, whatever. So 1,000 is really good. So I thought I'd make this a regular Sunday feature, the random album pull, or rap, as we'll call it, the basement rap. So I am going to now go over right behind me there and pull 12 CDs and come back and see what the heck, whether I know anything about them at all. Let's find out. I'm back. I pulled 13 just in case I pulled one wacky one that I don't have a clue about. Okay. Thrack, King Crimson. This is the 40th anniversary edition. These 40th anniversary releases are really what got me back into, I was a King Crimson fan when In Court of the Crimson King came out. Didn't really pay that much attention to them for a few years after that. And these 40th anniversary editions came out, I wish I knew which year. 2015. This one came out. So they started in 2013, I think. Yeah, the 40th anniversary of each one. Duh. Anyway, Thrack is not my favorite King Crimson album. As a matter of fact, I might rank it last. I'm trying to see if there's anything on here that really is a standout song. Not really. It just is not, as far as I'm concerned, not a strong King Crimson album. So I'd play this so rarely. Maybe I got to give it another shot. Maybe I'll leave it out and play it. Coda, Led Zeppelin. I'm a Zeppelin fan. I never listen to this. I'm pulling albums I never listen to. This is just a bunch of outtakes and stuff that was never on record. We're gonna groove. Poor Tom. I Can't Quit You, Baby. At least we know that song. Walter's Walk. Ozone Baby. Darlene. Bonzo's Montreux. And Wearing and Tearing. It's considered definitely the weakest in the Zeppelin catalog. Tony Rice sings Gordon Lightfoot. If you're a Gordon Lightfoot fan, but not a bluegrass fan, you might not know Tony Rice. But Tony Rice is one of the greatest guitar players, flat-picking guitar players that ever lived. Just incredible, and it has a beautiful baritone voice. He was a big fan of Gordon Lightfoot. And I believe this is a comp because he'd always put Gordon Lightfoot songs on his albums. So, but it's a great, great album. He covers so many great songs here. Go My Way, Home from the Forest, which is absolutely incredible. Let It Ride, You Are What I Am, one of my favorite Lightfoot songs. Early Morning Rain. I mean, it's just really, you should check this album out. If you like Gordon Lightfoot, you'll freaking love this. Pete Townshend, Empty Glass. I just saw my buddy Sam do a video yesterday on his pickups for January, and check that out, Americana Sam. He bought this on vinyl. Good Pete Townshend album. Rough Boys is on here. Let My Love Open the Doors, one of, I think, Pete Townshend's best solo songs. Pete Townshend put out some great solo albums. Check it out. Los Lobos, Kinko. Man, one of my favorite albums. And will it show up on my top 100? Good chance. Fantastic album. It's about 30 years old now, probably, maybe a bit older. This is the original master recording, Mo-Fi, which sounds absolutely fantastic. This is a really, really good album. It rocks. It's got some, Americana type stuff on it. It's great. There's such great musicians. And if you've never heard Kiko, I suggest you give it a listen. It's a really freaking good album. The Dreaming, Kate Bush. Boy, do I have a love-hate relationship with Kate Bush. Sometimes I just think she's the most incredible artist out there. And other times I go, I can't stand this. The Dreaming is in the I like category. My favorite Kate Bush album would be Hounds of Love. And then, what's the other one called? It was a double album, a later album. I really like it. Most people don't love it that much, but The Dreaming's pretty good. Sat in Your Lap, There Goes a Tenor, Pull Out the Pin. Yeah, I don't know if you guys like Kate Bush or not. My first introduction to Kate Bush was her vocal performance on Peter Gabriel's So album on Don't Give Up, which is absolutely incredible. But yeah, Kate Bush. One of my favorite female artists of all time, Hiromi. This woman is a jazz pianist and just incredible performer. Her albums are all really good. I mean, she just has great people playing with her, Simon Phillips and people like that. Stanley Clark she's played with. She's played with Chick Corea. She's just an amazing, amazing musician who really makes great records. I think I have her whole catalog. That's Hiromi there. If you ever get a chance to see her in concert, she's unbelievable. Look her up on YouTube and watch some of her videos. I mean, she's just fantastic. I'm trying to see who played on this with her. This is not her. She has a regular band, but this was not it. I think this is one of her early albums, actually. Another Mind, Hiromi, but check her out. She's amazing. Andy Partridge and the XTC. Andy's such a quirky guy, and he's really super talented. He's like, I always think of him as like he's kind of like a Paul McCartney kind of dude, I think, in a way. Like he can just be genius and then be bland. But anyway, Andy, his work in XTC is just phenomenal. Larry Graves had a book sent to him, an autographed copy of a book about XTC where Andy Partridge autographed it, and I have it in my collection now. But these Fuzzy Warble CDs. There's 9 volumes. There's I think 3 sets, 1 to 3, 4 to 6, and 7 to 9 or something. So, but they're really interesting. There's some great songs on here, and there's some quirky songs on here, and there are some just throwaways on here, but it's just a treasure trove of music. And Andy Partridge is a great songwriter and really inventive with his music, and love Andy Partridge. One of my favorite live albums. I'm a Sting fan. I liked Sting before I really fell in love with the Police. And Bring On the Night is a fantastic, this is actually a 2 CD set. But the other, it's one where the 2 CDs come separate. I have this on vinyl too. It sounds great. This is when Sting first left the Police, and Bring On the Night actually made a video documentary along with this. But great jazz guys playing with them: Brentford Marsalis, Kenny Kirkland. Just really, really good. Kind of pretty upbeat, actually. Absolutely love that. David Bromberg. This is a retrospective of David Bromberg's career. Now, most of you probably know David Bromberg if you've heard his name associated with Bob Dylan. He was working with Bob on a lot of stuff through that whole self-portrait period. But David Bromberg has been a session musician in New York for, like, since the early 60s. He played on early Phil Spector, like To Know Him Is to Love Him, the Teddy Bears, stuff like that. He played guitar on. And he branched out on his own, put an album out that's oddly enough called David Bromberg, which is really good. That's the first album. That's the first time I heard of David Bromberg. I think that came out around 1970. I heard the song Delia off of there on underground radio, believe it or not. And then he put together the David Bromberg Band, which was like a 7-piece band, which these guys, every musician was incredible. There were saxophones, and they would jump from playing electric blues to a bluegrass song to whatever. They were just, it was just high energy, fun, and just one of the greatest live bands. I used to go see them every time they came to Toronto. I saw them at the El Macombo many times. I actually have a autographed El Macombo, those little, I don't know what you call them, like their upcoming dates. They put it on the table. I have one of those with David's autograph on it. And just one of my favorites. And the guy who played in the band, multi-instrumentalist by the name of Dick Faggy, played mandolin and banjo and whatever else. He was one of the big inspirations on me picking up a banjo. So another one that really had a big impact on my musical life. But David Bromberg, fantastic stuff. Who is this? Featuring Cooder. This is an album that was put together by a friend of mine who's a big Cooder fan. So it is not really a bootleg, it's a CDR. Featuring Cooder. It's all songs that Cooder play, a selection of some of Cooder's rarest live session work. This is pretty interesting. I'm going to put that up there for you guys to look at, because Cooder's my favorite guitar player, and this is pretty cool. Yeah, he's just, I don't know what to say other than Rye's just one of the great guitar players of all time. Thank you, Edwin, for giving me that. The Eagles. Everybody hates on the Eagles now, but On the Border, which came out after Desperado. Desperado is my favorite Eagles album. On the Border would be my second favorite Eagles album. Still the original band intact. This has some great songs on here. Already Gone's an great opening track. Midnight Flyers, a kind of a bluegrass song that turns into a weird jammy thing with slide guitars and everything at the end. The song On the Border is great. Old 55, which is a Tom Waits cover. Good Day in Hell, and of course the big hit, The Best of My Love, which is probably the crappiest song on the album. But Eagles On the Border, pretty good album. And look at that, I pulled another Eagles album, Desperado. Well, you know what? This album is very special to me because I always tell you, playing the banjo has been really something I guess known for since the mid 70s in terms of my friends and musical people that I know and whatever else. It's just I'm associated with it. I've been playing it forever and played in bands and lots of bands and played with lots of great people and met lots of great people. And I always say the inspirations for me were first hearing Gallows Pole on Led Zeppelin 3. The banjo in that song was the first time I went, I really like that sound. And then seeing John Hartford on the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour, and then the Desperado album, and then seeing It All Comes Around, seeing David Bromberg band with Dick Faggy playing the banjo. Once I saw that live, I went, I got to get a banjo. I think I might have bought one the next day after seeing them at one point. And $75 El Degas banjo back in 1975, I think. So, yeah, that's it. I think I showed 13 CDs. That's it. I hope everyone watches this one too. If they don't, then I'm going to stop doing it. So, everyone have a great day. Please join us at 3 p.m. this afternoon on Larry Graves' channel, the Canadian Stud Muffin channel. You'll find us. Take care.